Good morning. It's great to have you here with us today to really go through our showcase portion of Mitel Next, where you're going to have a chance to learn what's coming next, hear from some of your contemporaries, and maybe get a view to the future. You know, a lot of preparation goes into this whole week. And I got up about 7 a.m. this morning, and I was up well before that, but I'm doing a final run through my slides. And I realized, did one of my kids mess with my slide photo here? Because it looks like a giant Segura cactus giving each of you the middle finger. And then I'm trying to think, oh dear God, how do I fix that? So please accept my apologies. It's not intended. We're going to have a little fun today, and we'll go forward. That was not the intent. You are welcome to be here. This has been, Mitel Next has really been a forum for innovation. We've heard from each of you, customers, partners, analysts, consultants. You really want to know what's coming out of our labs. What are we thinking next? How are our customers pushing us to communicate and collaborate in different ways? And that's been what this forum is all about. So whether it's team collaboration, whether it's the notion of putting IoT into a workflow process to give machines a voice, discussions in the past about how we build for mobile first and even impacts on battery lives and how to use the newest technology. We were one of the first to bring forward how natural language processing changes the entire workflow process of a company. That's what this has been about. And we've had the great opportunity. This is actually our seventh time we've done this in the past 3 years. It's always been great to go across the globe. And we've been from Dallas to Berlin to San Diego to Paris to San Antonio to Munich. You'll see us in London in March. It's been great to go across the planet and really hear from you, folks that really, who help shape our strategy, who help shape the way we build solutions and change business models. So thank you for that. If you know anything about me, I'm kind of a nerd. I was a wannabe economics major that stopped when I had to take the class on Plato and Aristotle's view on economics. So I got a minor. But I love this stuff, and I love that Davos comes out with the World Economic Forum. And about 2 years ago, they wrote a white paper on the fourth industrial revolution. And heck, in my mind, I'm sitting there trying to think, I can barely remember the second industrial revolution. I'm going back in my history training. But it's pretty amazing, because you look at this, and the first was all about steam power and mechanization and the railroads and how that changed commerce fundamentally. And then you had the second that was all about mass production and Ford and the assembly lines that really changed things in the late 1800s, early 1900s. The third was when you started putting IT systems in place to automate production lines even further. But the fourth one they wrote about is really emerging today. And that's this intersection between all these cloud, IoT, cyber technologies and people. And it's what they call the cyber-physical wave. And it's going to unleash a whole new wave of productivity, a whole new wave of how we work, how we compete. And it's pretty compelling. In fact, if you want to go to their website, you can actually see they did a whole study of how it changes the workforce. And what's really driven this, and we talk about it commonly as digital transformation, what's really driven this is this advent of mobile. You've got a supercomputer in your pocket. Probably the first thing you look at in the morning, probably the last thing you look at night before you go to bed is that device. Social has changed how we interact, simplified the interfaces, simplified our ability to stay in contact, share information with people close to us and far from us. The cloud, and we'll talk a lot about cloud, public cloud, private cloud, has democratized our access to applications and tools and made small guys compete like big guys and given big guys the ability to compete and be agile like small guys. And then finally, analytics. You'll hear Rich and our leadership team talk a lot about our own digital transformation. We've gone from 18 ERP systems down to 1. James Sheets had to go from 14 CRM systems down to 1. That's given us a visibility into our own model and how we work and how you interact with us and how we become more efficient. Analytics have really changed the way we do things. Through this journey at these Mitel Next events, we've been really, really fortunate to have several of you come on stage and share your view and your perspective. And it's been really world-class individuals that give us a peek to the future and what might be possible. Today is no exception. We've got Secure Insurance based in Appleton, Wisconsin, that's really built a niche going after the agriculture insurance sector, and they have to wake up and compete against big guys every day, and they differentiate on customer service. And so you'll hear from Eric about that. We've got Massey Pest Control here. And the unique thing about Massey is they play a big part in North America, keeping our world pest-free. So you're going to have a great opportunity to hear their story as well. City of Baltimore, going through a whole digital transformation of its own and how they become one of these smart cities that competes for new businesses and growth. You're going to have Bill Schlau here from the San Francisco Giants. You talk about a high-performance organization, 3 world titles in 10 years. They were one of the first to do Wi-Fi in stadiums, advanced ticketing systems. What they've done for their front end office from a scouting perspective has fundamentally changed how they compete from a baseball perspective. And then we're really lucky to have Adam Champy come talk to us. We've done a lot with Google, probably since you've last talked to us. And Adam's really going to lay out the future of where Google's headed. And you'll have our team come up and share a live demo if the demo gods agree. This is, we always do a live demo. So, but Adam will talk about where Google's taking this and how our communication collaboration solutions help change the face of customer service in that regard. And what's unique is, there's some places we build, some places we borrow, some places we buy, obviously. Google wakes up and they've got 700 neural networks engineers just devoted to how people think and interact and how that can change the face of commerce going forward and how you work and flow. So as you go through this session this morning, you're going to get a CEO perspective from our own Rich McBee. You're going to get a CIO perspective from Bill Schlau. And you're going to get a director of IT and IT manager perspective from our panel that comes up to stage. So with that, let me please welcome to the stage our CEO, Rich McBee.